We actually had the face-off ready to go between these two heavy hitters. Gentlemen, welcome to your match. I have with me from Fulcrum Gaming Nagatron, and from Simple Tankers, we have Junior, G99P, one of the greatest. These guys have actually helped to make Wargaming League North America possible. So first off, gentlemen, thank you so much. Second off, it's time to get serious. Fulcrum, undefeated so far in league play. How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good. We're a little bit rusty after that break, but I think we're starting to pick back up.
A little bit rusty. You went 3-1 against Turtle Police and 3-1 against Bear Huggers. Both these teams that are 0-2, well, now Turtle Police has a win, are the ones that have taken games off you. Did you think, hey, guys, what's up with this? Or did you feel that they had some pretty good strategies against your team?
Both of them made some very ballsy calls, and that's what led to their victories there, and we were slipping up a little bit, but not to take away from them. You make a call like that, you earn any win you get.
That's right. Get it together, Relics. Get it together, man.
It's always Relics.
It's all Relics. I mean,
if he had been alive.
Yeah, Relics, one of the most fun.
I actually want to ask you a question right now because we've mentioned on stream, and of course I've talked to a couple pro players about Fulcrum's play, because let's be honest, everybody is watching you. Everybody's looking for your mistakes and trying to say, how can we capitalize on this? What have you guys done to maybe hedge some of the, I guess, brawling errors that we've seen in the past?
We're always trying to work on any sort of hesitance we have, or any sort of moments of, where we lack the cohesion. But I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Recent tanking problems and brawling.
Well, particularly with, of course, Bear Huggers and Turtle Police, both games that you guys did lose, or both battles that you guys lose, were just straight up brawls, and
they were positional brawls.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Trouble's like, hey, I know how to beat Fulcrum. We're going to brawl against them.
I think Fulcrum can hold their own.
I would welcome that.
That would be a great match.
We rarely get to brawl.
Well, you're going to be brawling up against Simple Tankers, so do you have any words for them?
Good luck, Colby.
So, Banner. All right, Colby. Simple Tankers, first off, Junior, you are a great asset when it comes to the World of Tanks community. You both are. So thank you for that. Colby, you are also an undefeated team. You went 3-0 against Bear Huggers, and you went 3-1 against Turtle Police. Your thoughts coming into this match against Fulcrum?
I respect Fulcrum greatly. I would probably consider myself one of their biggest fans, so a little afraid because I know what they can do, but I think that we have what it takes to beat them, and hope everything plays out right and we get the right cards.
And what would you say is the strongest piece of your team? What do you guys excel the most at?
We have been excelling lately with our lineup, brawling and scouting. So, bit of a change, but we're getting used to it, and we welcome it.
And finally, do you have any words for your opponent, Nagatron and Fulcrum Gaming?
I want to do a little bit of an interesting bet, and I want to say if Nagatron kills me, let's go with that. Nagatron kills me, I shave my face, and if I kill Nagatron in one of these games, he shaves his.
Oh, dang.
All right.
Little interesting.
For any of the battles?
Would you
for
take
any
that
of the
out?
battles?
Any of them?
I don't know if I can. I don't know.
Don't know if you can shave your face?
What if we kill each other both at the same time? Does Lord Farquaad have to shave his face?
Ooh, I don't know. I kind of like his mustache.
Use him as collateral.
Just
use him as collateral.
Yeah, let's do that. Farquaad, I'm sure he would agree to that.
At the same time. All right, the gauntlet has been thrown. The bets are in. People in chat are like, yes, I'd love to bet on this, All right, so Fulcrum, you have the higher seed. So you're going to toss for the coin toss, or you're going to call out the coin toss, heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails it is. Let's go ahead and toss the coin. It is heads, which means Simple Tankers will have the map choice. What is your choice, Junior?
I would like to defer.
He will defer. Fulcrum, your choice.
I knew it.
Wait a minute. Doesn't that mean that Junior's already won and Nagatron has to shave?
Not yet.
It's the first win.
I guess in tanks. For the battle.
Okay.
They're talking about tanks, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
So silly.
Let's go with Ensk.
Enks is a choice. Your position on Enks. Junior?
We'll take north.
North. The map will be Engsk, and north will be the position for Simple Tankers. Gentlemen, best of luck to you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
1 minute, 45 seconds left on the clock. One of the light tanks on Simple Tankers' side is in the D1 position to see if anyone's going to push up that one line, which is not going to happen on the side of Fulcrum, as they're just staying steady and not moving out. 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock here. It may come down to a draw since both teams are tied at 41 points, only losing one tank, T1 Cunningham's, and no one crossing at this time.
You know, something I'm just thinking of. Remember during the map picking when there was the deferral?
Yes.
I'm thinking neither team really wants to pick the first map. But why don't they want to pick the first map?
Well, maybe because they feel that if they let the other team pick what they want first and they lose, then they know that they can pick the map that they want and win on that one. I don't know. Maybe.
I just feel like choosing sides is...
I would rather win once, but maybe it's because of choosing side.
Yeah, choosing sides just gives you a better way to dictate a lot of the pace. Himmelsdorf, obviously, north side, a lot of people prefer. Runeberg, obviously, a lot of people prefer the north side.
Yeah, and I think Ensk...
Ensk, I would even say north side is preferred.
For defending, but I don't know, maybe the south, because if you look at how... I like Fulcrum setup. Like, I really like the way they're set up to defend.
Whatever's more complicated than the kindergarten answer I gave, I think I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, I think that was fine, you know. It may have sounded kindergarten, it was obvious, but, I mean, it was kind of, maybe it's an obvious answer to a pretty easy question.
Well, honestly, what I think is like when you win a coin toss in football, and you say, we're going to kick off, because the second half you're going to receive. So you have more control of your fate in the second half of the match compared to the first half. But... oh, well, it's going to be a draw between these two teams in game number one. All right, Greetor, what do we have for tank selection?
2 AMX 5100s, an IS-3, and 2 T-69s from Fulcrum. Really favoring the auto-loader format. We've seen this constant theme in the majority of games out of them. 2 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a T-69 over on the side of Simple Tankers. Now look at this positioning and look at this movement. Already we have all Tier 8 tanks going up into the hill. So just as I say, we're not going to expect anything too crazy coming out from Fulcrum. They're throwing wrenches.
That's
duct tape and screwdrivers, man. That's all it takes.
That's
moving
smart.
up the hill.
This is so smart from Fulcrum. You see how I had an expectation for Fulcrum, and they're breaking it. And this could be the same kind of expectation being broken for Simple Tankers. If I were Simple Tankers and I were studying Fulcrum, I would have learned that it's not uncommon to see the strat that I laid out just a moment ago. So if they're going to do this strat, good on them, because, well, Fulcrum here is really countering any kind of counterplay that I would expect. They're ready for it, and they're doing a good job here with the T1, and I don't think they've revealed any of their heavy tanks yet.
I don't think so, and I don't think they will, as Enderis did just dip down a little bit. Nagatron, Absolute Royal, and Friction, along with Soviet, are just snaking across, and they're going to make sure this T1 does not get out alive.
That's really nice timing.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you real quick. The positioning of Simple Tankers, is it going to be fast enough for them to react and potentially do a cap fast?
They could. But you have to take in mind that the downhill momentum that you get when you come off of the hill.
Okay, Absolute Royal did shoot. That gives away the Tier 8 positioning on the top of the hill. That does trigger Enderis to go ahead and move down.
Run Enderis. He's booking it.
What's the positioning now of Simple Tankers? How are they rearranging?
Ooh.
Ammo racked Enderis goes down from Nagatron. You will not escape the Naga, he cries. And now Simple Tankers is going to be pushing the west side down to the south. Looks like they're going to fully commit on the cap. And the rear, Pub Whisperer in the 5100, he will not stay behind. They're leaving one light tank to see what kind of movement will happen against the fly cap. But now they are stopping at the D section along the 2 and 3 line here.
Man.
Yeah, we saw hesitation out of Ruthven and Zakume once they got spotted by Relics and spotted Relics back. So they could have lost some crucial seconds here.
We're seeing a very consistent trend out of Fulcrum. They always super commit to one side, try to take out T1. It's normally the side where it's conventional just to have a spotter. Of course, Ensk is the west side or east side. And of course, Himmelsdorf is all the way up on the east side hill. And then they drop back, just taking T1 advantage and anticipating some sort of trigger to defend against their cap.
Fulcrum has sent two of their heavy tanks to wait for simple tankers, as now the medium that was to the top, the Nagatron T69, is moving off the castle, and only one is remaining up on the hill. It is one of the T1s. Now simple tankers is falling back.
Yeah, they've realized that they've been discovered and that they haven't used their time quite wisely enough. And Ruthven actually took a hit from Nagatron, I believe, on the hill. Nagatron wasn't able to connect the other two shots, which would have been huge if they would have. That would have been an IS-3 down to less than up to, around 700 health, somewhere in that range. And that would have been pretty huge for Fulcrum, as they could have probably pushed in and won the match in a brawl at that point.
Sure. Relics is going to drive up Tank Alley, it looks like, pretty much unopposed. Of course, they have that nice sight all over D-line from having the hill control. And now we might see a little bit of aggression coming out from Fulcrum, or at least the potential to
Xerox does get
pressure.
spotted here, and shots go out from J-Smooth. None of them connect. Oh.
No, but now up that tank alley, they're going to take a left on the D-line. And we have another light tank, Relics, going to scout forward. And as soon as he gets an information of where the position is for simple tankers, even if he has to be the sacrificial lamb in this case, will be big for Fulcrum Gaming on where to position.
And Relics is going to actually go and flank J-Smooth, coming from his south. Oh, J-Smooth.
Battle buddy, T1s taking down J-Smooth almost. 103 out of 115 to the Follies land. Relics still waiting for a third. Fires a third. Z-Slayer, however, takes down the other T1. F0 goes down. Relics cries vengeance.
Aw, poor Xerox. He was in a good position, but I didn't think that. Who was that who got the kill? That was Z-Slayer. That was a very nice shot from him. I didn't think you could snake it past that building. I thought the curve would be too much, but good shot from him. Very thin shot, and that's 500 meters, maybe a little more.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that. Now both tanks that are killed are T1s on each side, tying up the tank deaths. No point advantage at this time. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Now 436. Simple tankers in that window position. Grouped up here. No approach yet from Fulcrum, but now they're going to head down the 3 line.
Yep. The position out of simple tankers to receive a push up the 3 line is, I'd say, pretty decent, but not optimal. They've got one corner that they can all shoot out of, so they've got a huge number of blind spots for the approach.
Is it still better than 50% like win rate for them, you think, defensively?
I'd say it's less than 50, slightly less,
okay,
slightly less. It's if a strong push by a team like Fulcrum, I wouldn't expect it to be a very defensible position they're in.
Okay.
Ruthven Carlisle in the IS-3 not being in the frontal position. J-Smooth is in his T1, trying to get that initial scout heading towards the east. Junior and his T69, Zakuma in the IS-3, and the AMX 5100 battle buddies, Pup Whisperer and Z-Slayer next to each other. Sharing HP if necessary, and in the engagement, Fulcrum spreading out a little bit. 2 of the tanks located in G4 and 5. As 2 of the heavies are moving down the J line, could be pushing up Tank Alley, because now one of their light tanks is in a good position to see if anyone is trying to scout or put a bead on any tanks moving Tank Alley. This could be the opening that Fulcrum needs in order to get some shots against simple tankers. Now one of the heavy tanks pushing into Tank Alley. Now both of them now as one of the mediums and the T69s creeping just around the bend on the G line to see what's happening along 3. Does he see anything? Not yet, according to the minimap. But now Friction and Soviet pushing past the
tanks are spotted.
goodness.
Absolute
Mark.
is up. He's going to take a hit. 488. Max roll.
Wow,
nice
that's
max
really
roll.
lucky.
Yeah, very lucky.
Ooh,
Nice
Absolute
max roll.
Royal taking more damage, gets another shot on him. 257 damage down to 605 hit points. T1 will be taken out over there, and Darius will finally go down. Or excuse me, J-Smooth will finally go down.
Zakumi might have a sixth sense here. He does know that Nagatron is incoming, and he does move up to the corner just in
Nice
time.
hit against Nagatron and Zakumi, 1280 versus 998. But now here comes the AMX 5100 roll. But they land right inside the fire that Fulcrum set up against them. More shots going down on Pub Whisper and Zakumi. They're trying to focus fire on Nagatron, but Nagatron moves just out of the way as Hugo Maximus' IS-3 backs up in a great retreat position as Soviet and Friction line up the rest of the shots against Simple Tankers. Simple Tankers are fully committed to this, though, staying behind the IS-3. Ruth Van Carlisle trying to stack up, though, and get another hit himself. No tanks going down. Zakumi at 86.
Absolute Royal, though, is being picked off over by Junior. He actually flanked him really nicely. Down he goes, so Junior will take out that tier 8, but Pub Whisperer doesn't have a lot of life left. Zakumi doesn't have a lot of life left, and you can see the AMX 5100 and the IS-3 are taking most of the damage. Nagatron now backed into a corner, and he's going to go down momentarily.
But the blue base is under attack, 47%, 50 seconds left by Relics. Soviet and Friction are now positioning themselves to help out Relics with the cap, but Simple Tankers has more tanks left alive. They may not have a lot of HP, but they still can fire shots, and if those shots land against any of those two tanks, it might just be enough to shut them down. Friction moving back, trying to stop Ruth Carlisle. Takes down the aggression for the flag cap. 1 minute, 4 seconds left on the clock.
I think that there's still a chance for Fulcrum to even this up.
Yeah.
We see that at full health, Soviet hasn't taken a hit this whole match. If he can get shots on the right tank, Z-Slayer and Zakume, he could do this. Like, he could really do this. Although he is going to engage on Ruthven and Junior. I don't know if he could. No, he can't. I don't think he can kill both of them.
There's absolutely no way.
But he's buying time. He's buying time for Friction to get down that 5-6 line.
Oh, Friction's on the flank. Brilliant. It just depends on people not being ready. If Zakume and Z-Slayer, are they going to peek out and do something?
Oh, nice hit from Junior against Friction. Ruth Van Carlisle again taking a shot from Soviet. Soviet about half health. Less than half health now. He does take down Carlisle. Oh, Junior gets the kill. And Pub Whisperer, the AMX 5100, through the window.
Simple Tankers taking it. Battle number 2, putting themselves up 1-0. Really, really cool play coming out of Simple Tankers, but very defensive play, I want to add. You know, I felt like they made a lot of really good decisions, though, when to control their aggression. They said, okay, I understand what you're doing, Fulcrum. You're going in for a big surround on me. If I stay here, I'm dead. I need to move. An auto-loader lineup from Fulcrum Gaming. 3 T69s, 2 AMX 1390s. And of course 2 T1s. Over on the other side, AMX 5100s, 2 T69s, and a WZ132. Obviously having that T69 instead of the WZ132. We'll see what Simple Tankers are able to do with this non-auto loader. Even the T1s are auto loaders, guys.
That's right. It fires a quick burst fire. Hardly does any damage, but it does enough.
Holy moly. Pub Whisperer.
Wow. 586 at a 1050 HP. He took a hard hit, or did he fall?
He is not down yet. Pub Whisperer is down to 100. He has 586 health, and he's doing a pretty good job here of trying to get some good spotting. There is a little angle that he can climb this hill. He just has to get a little bit of a start. Come on, Pub Whisperer, forward now, and a little bit to the left, little left. There you go.
You can do it. I think
there, he's got it. He's got it. He knows.
I think
and
I
he's
can.
Back down, Pub Whisperer. Don't take a hit.
Oh.
Whoa,
T69 Absolute Royal.
Was waiting for that one.
Whiffs a shot, but the WZ132 is accurate on the fly. Just needed to aim a little bit down here.
So talk to me a little bit about this island control and, of course, going up to the lighthouse. This is awesome stuff coming out from Team Fulcrum. As we can switch over to my screen really quickly as Friction is peering through the bush. Switch over to my screen. There we go. Friction peering over the bush. Relics moving all the way up.
Yeah, this is a good position. This is very solid. Both of the positions that you see in this this screen are so solid. The bush cover that the 1390 is in right here is incredible. It's great, and you can actually, if you peek out the way this 1390 is, you do have shots on the hill. So this is some nice map knowledge. That angle, you can't get spotted. Not through there, not until you fire. Although you can get spotted if someone were to be on the right up next to the lighthouse. So if you were up next to the lighthouse, you could spot this 1390. He'd discover that and he'd get away. Maybe if a shot could go out on him, and that's the risk where he is. However, it should be noted that it's very strong. Although Relics is going to get spotted in the T1, but he's perfect bait right there.
Yeah.
If you want to get shots on Relics, you're going to have to expose yourself to the 1390. Or, well, not necessarily, but very possible you'll reveal yourself to the 1390. There's a very small window to get shots on Relics. and not get shot by anyone else.
Fulcrum is really spread out in a good way, though, on mines. I haven't seen this type of spread yet from any of the different teams. Those 3 lights on that west side does allow that type of control, but they're not forsaking any control from stopping the push of the hills or even on the east side. So take a snapshot of this position, teams that want to get better at esports and World of Tanks, and note both the positions for both these teams and realize how beneficial they can be, and also where you go from here, because every team has to figure that out.
I have to say, I think Hugo's in a silly spot. if you guys can go back to him on the top of the rock, he is a T-69 just sitting up there, just very, very exposed. It's silly. I saw it a moment ago, and I kind of missed it.
My screen real quick.
There we go.
Guys.
Yay,
hey,
there it is.
Hey, it's just
that's
a beautiful
that's a silly
shot.
little spot. He can back down
He's
after
posing.
he takes a shot, but it is funny how exposed it is if he wasn't to discover that he was spotted. If someone were to just find him, just happen upon him with gun pointed perfectly, he might take a few shots. Although he's decently safe.
He's showing Simba his kingdom, man. That's what he's doing. Pride Rock.
All right, so let's go over to your screen now, Rookhill, and really talk about how Simple Tankers are lined up, what they can do, their offensive capabilities, their defensive capabilities. Because so far we have, Fulcrum just setting up very, very strong. They're obviously able to take about 3 shots on their opponents and hit really nicely against Junior, against Pub Whisperer. What can they do with the position they've gotten with the HP trade?
Well, from the south, I'd say it is a stronger map. I mean, it's a stronger map to defend. You have that really cool spot that we saw the 1390 in the southwest, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have a medium tank we have 2 medium tanks somewhere along the middle of Fulcrum's lineup. And the way we have the setup from Simple Tankers is we have Enderis and Tarho sitting a little farther back behind Junior. If Fulcrum were to aggress, they would be at a disadvantage. They wouldn't win out in this kind of a fight because of the kind of shots on the hill or any hill aggression.
Yeah.
So a hill aggression wouldn't work out too well for Fulcrum. It would work in favor of Simple Tankers, and that's what they're set up to do. Unfortunately, because of the way that they've seen Fulcrum be set up, the T1 over in the west on the island can't really move up. He won't be able to engage on relics and have any advantage. He'd lose 90% of the time. However, in the east side, Hack is sitting in a bush, and I think he has a lot of room to work with. He hasn't discovered anyone, and if he were a confident T1 player, I'd say he should be pushing up. Maybe they could get a battle buddy with him, and they could go take the east, clear it, set a T1 in a cool bush, and then back out. So that's where Simple Tankers could be going right now. However, if they sent a battle buddy with that T1 and Fulcrum were to notice, they could really capitalize on that, get a fight and get a brawl going,
A
maybe
little bit of
win.
a push from Fulcrum right now in the center against Hill. Oh, Junior T69, 850 out of 1350. Hugo Maximus and the T69 says, "Come at me, bro," against Pub Whisper in the WC 132. This blocks in Pub Whisper at his position right now. He's not going to go down as Hugo Maximus is completely set to take him down.
Can either teams do anything right now, Rookhill?
It's really difficult to do anything on mines with these kinds of setups. I mean, Fulcrum could try and get a T1 kill. I mean, a T1 kill is what you need. You need to kill one of the T1s on the flank. And this works just as well on Himmelsdorf and many other maps where you take a T1 out on one of the flanks. They need to get a T1 kill, and then they need to take that advantage and try and work with it. But neither team is really moving and doing much with their T1s. We can see Hugo here at the Rock of Death, where tanks go to die, has moved up and is trying to bait out some kind of aggression. He wants someone to get antsy and try and go after him. But I think Simple Tankers is a little bit above that. Ooh, Relics is moving up on the flank.
What's going on?
Whoa, Relics. Soviet's mad.
Soviet right behind him.
Sea Slayer takes down Relics. A couple pot shots taken against Soviet himself, but nothing lands.
Ooh, I think,
Smooth.
did he shoot Z-Slayer? I think he got a good hit on Z-Slayer. He's down to 1157.
All right.
Very cool. That's a little bit, I don't know if I'd call that a good trade, a trade that I would go for, because I would prefer a little bit more damage. But it works. I think it works. Although now Simple Tankers knows that there's a tank out in the west. They might try and do a push here.
Yeah, there is good crossfire, though, onto the center, but they have to get into position for that. Here we go.
Enderis taking some hits himself. Absolute Royal. launching more of those shots to T-69. Hugo Maximus is going to get surrounded, though. Enderus, 91 HP. He's going to go down. Hugo Maximus, 95. One more shot. He goes down. And that is a tier 8 for both teams, but one tier 1 on the side of Fulcrum.
Tarho.
Friction takes down Tarho.
Yeah, that was not a push at advantage. The 1390 was able to get shots into the middle hill here. You can see Friction's angle was just so that when the push went far enough, he did have the shots needed to deal damage.
But remember, this is not a tier 8 advantage yet. It's only tier 7 advantage because Relics went down. Soviet's going to be mad at him again.
Silly Relic screwing up that 8 tier point advantage. Can't believe him.
And remember, Pub Whisperer still very low in hit points. You can see the WZ-132 not really constituting too much damage.
It's getting hit by Soviet. Junior moves in to try to target fire Soviet and covers Z-Slayer, but he takes too much damage to stay there on full retreat right now. Absolute Royal and T-69 hits Z-Slayer. Z-Slayer goes down. Now Fulcrum has the tier 8 point advantage lead. Junior, one more shot, he will go down, trying to back up, using the carcass of his friend to stay alive. Pub Whisperer is going to get shot up. Fulcrum's cleaning up. Only 2 tanks remain, and they are T1 Cunningham's. Fulcrum's going to take this win.
Yep, that is a win for Fulcrum. A sloppy push. Could have been done better at a different time. Probably could have gotten those T1s on the flank. I know Relics was a decent advantage, but it wasn't the advantage they really needed to get that push and to really push for the win. Simple Tankers, a nice aggression and well done at the beginning, but unfortunately they were running into a strong enemy position.
That's right. They were running into a wall, a Fulcrum wall, and they were able to clean up what was left. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we'll talk more about this game and get set up for the next battle. Stay tuned. More World of Tanks action. We'll be right back. The correct answer, 1985.
I was off by 2 years.
They actually used them in Argentina as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at that tank selection. What do we have, Greetorp?
2 T-69s, 3 AMX 1390s, and 2 tier 1s, all auto loaders. On the other side, 2 T-69s, 2 AMX 1390s, and a WZ-132. Same exact lineup we have.
Ooh.
From both
Absolute
teams.
Royal. Getting a royal beating, 828 out of 1100 HP.
Okay, it was
right
only
now.
one shot clutch.
Hey man, I'm trying to use
That hurts,
word
man.
association to expand my vocabulary.
Well, then it was absolutely only one shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right, so shots been fired. Absolute Royal is taking some damage here. Simple Tankers, they have called out Fulcrum saying, you want to cross that line? You are going to get shot. And that line right now is pretty much set up between the E and F at this point. But now Fulcrum getting ready to cross that line as they're going to push up the west side. And there is only one tank there to meet them, as the rest of the tanks have taken more of the valley approach on the east side themselves.
Friction, it looks like he is leading the charge all the way on the west side. Kind of interesting. You know, we've seen this type of push before. Obviously, we've seen it also not work out.
Oh, spots coming up.
Okay,
Yep.
so there are some 6
Yep,
cents.
Soviet spotted.
So far, nobody's been spotted on Fulcrum's side.
Ruthven Carlisle is sitting in this little bush. If we go to my screen, we'll see Ruthven Carlisle just sitting here. Oh, he's 50 meters. There he goes. Poor guy. He's going to die.
Boom! 50 meter that, says Nagatron.
But he does spot Hugo right before he dies, 50 meters away. So now we know that Soviet, Naga, and Hugo are out here in the west. And we're actually seeing a huge redeployment by Simple Tankers.
We saw Fulcrum Gaming in a great position with Soviet up to the northern spot, getting a great flank against Turtle Police. They're not going to push it that same way, however, because you have a large tank force with some great damage covering that area from Simple Tankers right behind the railroad tracks. This leaves Fulcrum in the position of whether to move or not. No shots going to really get a line up at this time for the blue team, it looks like. So we get closer and closer to these 2 T-69s. Oh, crossing the way. Soviet's like, I can get to that spot, but no shots land.
Wow.
All of them miss.
3 or 4 misses. He's really a small target from over there, and I can understand those misses, but oh man, those are going to be very, very, very big for Fulcrum. They could push at this point. I'm thinking they could push at this point, and they would come out on top in the brawl.
Yeah.
However, I don't think they're actually going to go for it. They're going to play it a little safer because they don't want to risk losing health on the approach.
Sure.
That's where the match could be evened up if they decided to attack on the approach right there across open ground.
You know, it really tells me that simple tankers did their homework, because this is the exact thing. Two AMX 1390s went up to that northwestern side, and they got Soviet tucked away in a really nice position for good crossfire. And you can tell simple tankers, they were able to defend against that with ease, and they probably saw that Bear Huggers match and said, no, I'm not going to let that happen yet again.
Yep, and Pub Whisperer here is in actually a very strong position to defend against Absolute Royal and Friction going across the other flank. I'm thinking Absolute Royal and Friction were going to try and go around and take the east side of the map and then use that high ground along with Hugo and Naga and the other T-69s to try and get a really nice crossfire and trap them in the back there where they could not peek up without taking hits.
At least to clean up any stragglers on the east side, because I think, all right, not all the tanks are there, guys. They're going to have to be spread somewhere. So if we commit 3 or 4 of our tanks in the valley and take down what's left, which is going to be what's happening, Pub Whisperer is able to spot one of them moving in, but he's going to take down one of the T1s.
This
Jay
is cool.
Smooth, you going to go down.
Uh-oh, bye-bye.
Bye, Jay Smooth.
So this is really cool, Fulcrum Gaming. They know a lot of tanks
shots wasted.
were established all the way north of the tracks, and they're trying to isolate this WZ-132, knowing that they have much better burst. Now, obviously, if anybody crosses those tracks, guess what? They're getting a lot of shots on them by those T-69s that are just lining up across the tracks. Now, as you said, Randall, everyone is just lined up across those tracks. They have very small reticles to use now.
Oh yeah, and Tarho's going to take 2 really solid hits as Absolute, Friction, and Soviet are getting shots lined up on these tanks as they try and just get out of this position. It is not safe anymore. They are too well surrounded, and to get out, they have to climb up over a hill and expose their entire tank. So this is simple tankers just struggling right now to get into a solid position where they're not going to lose.
All right, well, they are crossing the tracks, and meanwhile, Fulcrum doesn't have a spot on them. So this is kind of nice. Now finally Junior, Z-Slayer, everybody's now being spotted.
Yep.
First shots are coming off.
That's right, Junior did get hit trying to cross, but they did not stop. They kept going forward, which is what you have to do. And now the blue base is under attack. Blue trying to commit themselves and taking down anything they can spot at this time. Relics is going to be that first one. He is on the move as Pub Whisperer might be on the chase in WZ-132. They are now too far from their base in order to stop the cap at this time. And it means that they're going to have to either push in and try to take down as much as Fulcrum as possible to spread them out, or recommit to going back and falling back to base. They are committed to staying in this rock formation right now. Tarho gets a kill on Relics. Bye-bye, Relics. Soviet is mad. That always happens, but that's okay because he knows that they are on pressure. They are pressuring simple tankers.
Tarho again taking a shot. He's been really focused down beautifully.
He has been. Very well. It's either him or Junior that they're going to focus on, but Tarho has been that main focus.
And here's Friction going in. I feel like we're about to see the push out of Fulcrum. Here it comes. Nagatron over, Friction over. Here's the focus. Tarho is down.
Like a herd of lions trying to take down an injured Gazelle, focusing one by one by one. They take down Tarho and then Junior. The 1390 goes down from Z-Slayer. Enderus left alive in the 1390 by 7 HP. He's going to get target fired any minute now. Pub Whisperer licking his wounds across the other side of the railroad tracks. Enderus trying to get the surround on Friction, but it's not going to happen as Absolute Royal and Hugo Maximus push in. Hugo Maximus covering the northern flank as Z-Slayer and Pub Whisperer are going to push up against those railroad tracks to get the shot on F0. They do, which stops the capture. But it's 32-16 on the tier point side, and Fulcrum is in the lead.
That's right, and Pub Whisperer just has one more shot, and he's going to go down. Ooh, big miss by Hugo, but he's going to clean him up. Z-Slayer can't really do anything at this point. He only has a couple of shots more until, of course, he's completely clipping. In the meantime, Absolute Royal is advancing up onto the position, and Z-Slayer will go down momentarily. Really well done by Fulcrum Gaming. Just executionally superior.
Yes.
Yep, they were able to lock up that map and lock up where their opponents were. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to lock down the analysis of that battle and get ready for potentially the final battle of the night and the final battle of the week. Don't go anywhere. It could still be a match for Simple Tankers, or Fulcrum can win it out. We'll be right back.
My name is David Williams. You may know me as Nagatron. Pretty much all day, every day is tanks for me. German accents are my favorite, quoting Company of Heroes.
We are going now. Captain is free and I am seizing. Jawohl, my dear.
This is Nagatron from Team Fulcrum Gaming, and you're watching World of Tanks.
You heard it here. All day, every day is tanks for Nagatron, and I'm sure for the rest of his team. They are currently up 2-1 against Simple Tankers, and they could close out the match, earning another match victory against a very heavily favored team when it comes to match victories themselves, 2-0. However, in the betting world, 88% is voting for Fulcrum Gaming. So this could be a huge upset if Simple's able to take it.
Yeah. The same exact lineup for both of these two teams, AMX 5100s, 2 T69s, and an IS-3, along with 2 T1s for both teams. Where are they going to go? Time will tell.
Time will tell indeed. Also want to take this time to thank Frodan, who's been our dedicated cameraman for these matches tonight. Always a pleasure to work with every single individual at the studio. And Frodan, so imaginative when it comes to his camera work, man. So good. All right, so we have a Delta Village formation, and now the blue team Simple Tankers themselves going to be pushing up the north side, towards the north on the east side.
Ooh, Nagatron is going to get spotted and exposed. Naga could take a few hits here.
No!
He gets
barely miss, or as he
tracks
would
were
say,
damaged.
not even close.
And Junior is going to try and close the distance here. He's going to move right up on Nagatron. I don't know if this is the smartest move here,
But it is
Junior.
aggressive. It is aggressive, and he wants to focus down on Nagatron. 654 to 830. 407, 122.
Oh my goodness.
First blood goes to Tarho on the side of Simple Tankers, shutting down Nagatron.
That could have been. I don't know if what Naga did was really actually a bad move, or if it wasn't. He did spot some tanks, but Junior just ran up on him, and now I'm not sure, because Junior here could go down himself.
Do you know what that means?
What?
Nagatron has to shave his face.
Wait, did Junior just killed Nagatron?
Yes.
Ooh.
The bet has been placed.
Well,
and
no. It was Tarho that killed him.
Tarho did get the kill.
Tarho did get the
Tarho,
kill.
you kill stealer.
Tarho, dang it. Sorry, I thought it was Junior. All right, well, at least he tried to go for it. Okay, Tarho in the T69. He's taking the damage himself. Z-Slayer, 753 HP at a 1400. I got so excited. Gosh darn it. Ruth and Carlisle, the IS-3, is taking no damage himself. Pub Whisperer all the way to the rear of the AMX 5100, hiding in the bush. That firepower, they're trying to unleash if they can. The two light tanks are moving across the city side, and they will encounter Relics and F-0X in just a second as they turn that corner.
Is it going to be a 2v2 in light tanks?
Could be. Oh, no. One of them's taking the northern section.
Uh-oh. Relics.
Jay Smooth and Enderus moving ever so closely. Oh, no. He's gonna poke around here. So he may get the jump on Jay Smooth and Enderus.
Okay, Relics. Oh, Relics is moving up.
Ooh.
And Jay Smooth goes down.
Enderus, the only one left alive. Relics going to try to move in to get the shots. Relics, 54.
Oh.
He gets it.
Look at that
F-Zero helps
T1
out.
play.
GG.
Battle buddies for life. Relics rolling out in his T1. Less than half health, but it doesn't matter.
That is actually gigantic, by the way, guys. The fact that those two T1s are alive means they can go cap. Now, you might say, well, they're not really going to get the cap. The T8 is going to go back and defend against those two, and it's going to be easy peasy. Well, considering the way that Simple Tankers have to move back, it is across the field. And, of course, there's going to be some great crossfire that you can get on those Tier 8s. So that kind of puts Simple Tankers in a tough decision. Do I go and engage right now, or do I completely withdraw? They need to make a move really fast.
If I was Simple Tankers, I would engage immediately at this time, because the more time they don't engage, the longer it's going to take for them to kill him. But Soviet takes a huge hit, 441 HP. Absolute Royal, 644. Bases under attack. Simple has to make a decision, because now they're getting assault on two fronts.
They go.
And there they go, pushing in. Hugo Maximus, full health, ready to engage him. Pub Whisperer himself at full health, ready to engage. Taro takes a hit from Hugo. Pub Whisperer says, you know what? I'm going to keep going and go for Soviet.
Yeah,
Soviet just around the corner.
Much better decision making from Pub Whisperer. I love that choice. He's going to take out Soviet, and that's going to help out, but he's just one shot away from dying. Friction's going to take him out.
Z-Slayer up against Hugo. Hugo in the IS-3, pushing up against him, 246. Boom! takes him down. Pub Whisperer did get the kill against Soviet, though. Ruth Van Carlisle against Absolute Royal is going to take this down easily with a shot in the IS-3. Doesn't even have to stop. However, he's the only one left alive. 6 seconds left on the clock. Fulcrum Gaming is going to be undefeated so far, as Simple Tankers will take their first loss in WGLNA. Fulcrum Gaming still on top. And that was quite a battle, man. That was quite a battle. Seeing that amount of aggression from Simple Tankers was awesome. I think Junior wanted to get that clean-shaven Nagatron on the next face-off.
Yeah, quite a display from Fulcrum. Obviously, the T1s being a gigantic source of their victory. I felt like if the T1 stayed alive, or if Simple Tankers won that T1, that 2v2, we would have had the complete opposite result. Fulcrum would have been losing because, of course, they have to go back to cap. They had a lot less hit points, and you can see the defensive capabilities of Fulcrum being able to receive the AMX 5100s and, of course, the IS-3, the T-69s, and coming out on top. Really, really cool play. But I have to say, Relics, you did a good job.
You did a good job, Relics.
You did a good job. And even Soviet has to say that.
That's right. You know, another thing, too, I want to talk about Pub Whisper and that decision he made in the AMX 5100. Welcome back to Wargaming.net League North America, as we've been watching some amazing World of Tanks matches today and throughout the week. We're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight. First off, let's go ahead and mention the winners for tonight as we bring up the graphic. We had, of all of our matches tonight, River of Blood versus Cazadores. It went to Cazadores, which was an upset, especially for people that were betting. There was a lot of points that were lost or won for those that bet on Cazadores.
They're all gone.
They're all gone. They're all gone. The next match that we had, it was Nerve versus EC. Nerve won 3-0. Trouble may be in a bit of a mood tonight. I don't know. I'm sure you're going to talk to him.
It's going to be trouble.
Nerve is a team I'm going to have to do some more research on because they went 3-0 against Simplistic.
Dude, they're playing insane. I was very critical with them because they were up against Warriors of Honor in the qualifiers. They had a much easier bracket, and we were not able to establish if they were top 16 worthy. Well, guess what? They've established for sure that they are top 16 worthy, and even more. They might be even top 8. I'm actually expecting them to make an appearance in Vegas, and that is a very pleasant surprise.
That's right. Turtle Police versus Bear Huggers. It was 3-0. Victor went to Turtle Police, their first win in league play. Later on, we had Scurry Hard versus Refuse to Die. Scurry Hard living up to that nice lady's prediction that they will always win, winning 3-1 against Refuse to Die. Still some great games. And Fulcrum Gaming defeats Simple Tankers 3-1. Yet again. They're still up. So Fulcrum Gaming in the Alpha Division is still undefeated, and they have been performing very, very well. Let's go ahead and jump over to the bot leaderboard. You guys have been betting all week. This is the leaderboard so far. Foster Kid still at the top at 400. Marbacca, who always wants to make sure that people are checking the leaderboard and make sure he banded correctly.
Oh, wow. Nagatron made a huge move today.
Whoa. Did he bet on himself?
I would hope so. I would hope so. And also, Captain Blood overtook Whiskey Dodd today.
That's right. Whiskey Dodd still trying to bet. Savagey, Daima, Doc Golem, Zakumi. All the top leaders that are all players. So guys that are not players, I know you're betting, and I know you're learning more about these different teams. So better luck on your bets upcoming. But we'll keep a weekly tally of what's going on, and we have our admins and social media people that will get the stuff out there to ones that win. And I know a lot of you guys are having fun with the betting system. It's such a really great interactive tool that we have here at Wargaming League North America.
Speaking of social media, we also have a favorite tweet where we give out 2,000 gold and a week's worth of premium every single broadcast. And this one goes to Critical Valor. I love seeing an aggressive team like Scurry Hard. They are an amazing team and really work well together at WGLNA, at Clutch08, and at Rootkill.
And at Greetor. I'll retweet it and put you in there maybe. Ruko, I'm sure you're getting more and more followers. We'll have to do a tally. Are you on right now? Can you tell us how many followers you have?
I'm up to 134.
Oh.
So I'm getting a few more every day. Just one or two.
Well, what's our new threshold?
New threshold?
To give away 2,000 gold and a week's worth of premium.
How about we get 170, 175?
175.
175 is a good number.
Okay, so next time Rootkill hits 175 followers, we're going to give away 2,000 gold and premium to one of his followers. So definitely follow him at RUUKIL And as soon as that happens, we'll do it on one of these broadcasts.
Yeah. And make sure to follow at World of Tanks, at WGLNA, and also go to Facebook, WGLNA. And if you want to watch the VODs, make sure to go to our website, WGLNA.com. As you can catch the VODs and also some highlights and also the segments that we do. I know I'm going to watch that Terry segment one more time. Well, a couple times, more than once. I'll show my friends. Let's go ahead and talk about the matches that we have slated for Thursday. We have Nerve versus Cunningham's, Simp versus Wreak Havoc, Mop 4 versus Strike, Fulcrum versus River of Blood, and Simplistic versus EC. All great matches upcoming that Thursday, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You don't want to miss it.
Clutch, did you have a favorite series of today?
I think my favorite series is going to have to be River of Blood and Cazadores, just because of the upset surprise of it.
Gotcha.
What about you?
Mine is definitely, well, I have a favorite battle too, but Fulcrum, obviously their series, and the match on, or the battle on Steps, that was probably the best executed performance I've seen from any team thus far.
That was the most flexible I've ever seen a team on Steps.
Yeah, it was methodical. It made a lot of sense, and completely outplayed a team that I felt prepared for that particular match.
Yeah, and Simple Tankers is not a team to be underestimated in any meaning of the word. Rookhill, your favorite match, your favorite battle?
Greetorp had it. Steps. That was perfect. Fulcrum. Bravo.
Yeah. That's right. We want to remind everyone that
Golf
you can
class.
see these teams in person. You get to meet them in person if they make it, the top 8 make it, in Vegas, August 17th and 18th. Now, this is a free admission event, meaning that you do not have to purchase a ticket to attend. All you have to take care of is your food, your housing, the hotel you go to, how you're going to get there. You have to take care of that. But everything else, you get to walk through the doors and have a lot of fun with us. 2 days of amazing action, starting about 12 o'clock p.m. both days. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If anything, any esports tournament is amazing. EVO's been amazing this weekend in Vegas. Any event's amazing, but especially in Las Vegas, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Really
and check out like discount codes, because I know some of the hotels are very expensive. Some of them are pretty cheap, pretty affordable. So definitely check out online. Just go like whatever hotel it is and coupon. And Google will.
Yep, a lot of options that are
you.
available. We'll be at Treasure Island. If you tell them,
Yes.
"Hey, I'm here for Wargaming," they're like, "Oh, that's great. That's great. Great here for Wargaming." And the more you spread the word, knowing that we're coming to Vegas, man, I think a lot more people are going to show up. But we have a good amount of people that have told us they're going to be there, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And finally, we want to thank our sponsors again. That is Logitech, Kingston, Alienware, and Azo monitors. Azo monitors are now available on Amazon.com. Make sure to check them out. They are a great monitor brand, and they have some great prices as well. We use them, and that's how we see these crystal clear battles to tell all you guys about. Want to thank everyone for tuning in, and want to thank all the teams for staying up late, those on the East Coast in particular, to fight these battles. We wanted to be as accommodating as we could and also create the best broadcast that we could for everyone involved, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of it. So on behalf of the entire production staff, on behalf of all of our admins, and for Randall Rookhill Holcomb, Andre Greetorp Hengshua, I am Joshua Clutch Gray. Thanks so much for watching. Good night and good game.